I mean, but when we talk about like the biggest perpetuators of, some of the biggest perpetuators of this shit stuff happen to be white women. Just
well, white women, and to a certain degree, a specific category of Black men, and not all Black men, not all white women. Let's get that in there.
Right. No, we are some. The upward some.
And what they will then do, which is one of the things I personally find fascinating, is that they will say things about how Black women should present themselves so that they are appealing to whatever these metrics are, with seemingly no awareness that sometimes folks don't care what you think of them because you are not the business that pays them, right? I have a saying which I will abbreviate, but if you don't lay in my bed every night, only one person does. If I didn't give birth to you and you don't pay my bills,
then no opinion.
The field, and also the very field I have for you to give about your opinion of me.
But it's always also tied to the idea of desirability. And for a lot of us of a certain age, we don't give a rat's butt. Like, we don't care about being desirable. We do care about, say, not being arrested because of how we present, not having our Blackness interrupted on a daily basis because of how we present.
And so, we've seen.
Remember when we used to, like put white people in our abbeys when the trolls and the threats became too much, and I still do that sometimes. Even as a verified person on Twitter, I am quick to put a white person in my abbey with scarf, preferably a nondescript white guy. That's my favorite coach. And again, you just watch the insults just change. It goes from, the N-word and the B-word to,
Well, today even, I said something about the new Cleopatra movie that's been announced and how Cleopatra, no, she would not necessarily have been my complexion, but she also probably would not have been the color of milk. She would have fallen somewhere closer to a paper bag.
Yeah.
Like many modern Egyptians in color and complexion.
Well, who needs history, really? Who needs to?
Right. And I was just, saying what I had to say, and it was amazing to see people sort of ride in and get very upset about me saying, this probably won't do well, because it probably won't, and I think an Egyptian actress should have been cast, and blah, blah, blah.
There are literally a gazillion Egyptian actresses that they could have chosen for this.
Right. And meanwhile, a white guy who was in my comments agreeing with me, even he ended up messaging me and saying, the difference, I'm looking at your comments, the difference in how people are talking to me versus the things they are saying to you. Oh my God. We have said almost exactly the same things. And he's also verified all of that. And it was, I think, for him in a weird way, a lesson. I wasn't surprised. I could change my abbey. I don't always do it because sometimes, to be honest, when they're mad at me, it gives me a reason to exercise that block button, and I carry on with my day. Now listen, my block list is long and strong. And because again, if you do not live in my house, you are not laying in my bed, you are not close, and there's a very short list. I am one of those people who would tell you about keeping my circle small. Very short list of folks. I probably don't care if you like me. I don't need you to like me. I don't even need you to pay attention to me, right? You can go. You don't like what I have to say? You can go. But I think that is part of the thing about misogynoir. Misogynoir tells Black women that no one cares about their feelings, no one cares about their future, no one cares. Right. And then, as the kicker, having sent this message forth, right, it is upsetting for some people to find out that we said, oh, okay, you don't care, well, I'm not going to care about you. We're keeping the same energy in 2020 and 19 and 21 and all of that, because honestly, if you look at the spectrum, right, if Serena Williams is not doing it right, and Michelle Obama is not doing it right, and Oprah's not doing it right, and Beyonce and Meg Thee Stallion and everyone else on this list, Meghan Markle, who put out, she literally wasn't married a prince, right? Like, she went and lived her Disney dream.
And still did not.
It's just falling
short, still.
Right. So if the entire spectrum up there is already not enough for literally everyone else who is going to a regular job, who is, whether they work in media, they consume media, whatever, the messaging is consistent. No matter who you are or what you do, if you are Black and femme presenting, you are doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to do it wrong in a way that I get to enjoy. Right? Listen. I intend to get this right, get this existing wrong in the world right all the way to the end. So the wheels come off.
I think
I'm gonna wear my hair the way I want. I'm doing makeup. I'm wearing Black Girl Magic shirts. You're gonna break 53%. We're gonna just do what we do. And the reason for this attitude, because I feel like we have to kind of talk to the girls who are watching, to the people who may be watching. The reason for this attitude is because it's not going to be right anyway. The least people can do is not make themselves miserable. The least gift you can give yourself, especially in times of COVID, is not worrying about what people who weren't going to like you anyway
pretty much
think about you.
Because you're never going to win their approval. So it's so much better to just live without, thinking about.
Listen, if you can like who you see in the mirror every day, if you can like if you can know that you have done the best you could with what you have, and you can go to bed happy every night, call it a win.